Aloha. Welcome. This is your hospital. And this is your MRI. Every MRI is specific, detailed, and custom. Today we're going to go over the custom features of your MRI here at Hilo Medical Center. Starting off with the light switches, you have a set of dimmers on the bottom right. These control the control room lights. Each one will control a different set. The dimmers are nice because you can set them to a certain area and click on and off with the toggle, or you can slide. The light switches on the left control the scan room and function the same. These two monitors here are the chiller displays. They have real-time temperature and statuses of what's going on. The chillers are located on the roof, so it's nice to know their temperature at all times. This will also give someone a status indicator if something's wrong. Here you have an emergency light switch. In case of a power emergency, this light will still work because it is fed from emergency power. Here you have your exhaust fan switch. In the case that the O2 monitor does not kick on the exhaust fan, you can manually turn it on with this switch. We do not recommend pressing this unless there is an emergency. To the left of the control room window, you will find two control displays mounted on the wall. These are provided by Carrier and display the real-time temperatures of both the control and the scan room. In the event that you should have any sort of issue with these units, please call your facility and then Carrier directly for more information on how to resolve it. Inside the equipment room, on your left, you will find the ToxGuard 2 gas monitor. This is an oxygen sensor that detects rising and falling levels inside the MRI scan room. Shown here in this CAD drawing is the piping diagram. This is for the physical head of the sensor that is located behind the MRI. It is 2 to 3 inches big and can be seen here in this photo. Back inside the equipment room, you will find the LEIBERT HVAC unit. This is the air conditioning that supplies the entire equipment room to keep it cool. It is very important to keep this room cool at all times. If not, the equipment will overheat. Replacing the filter on the LEIBERT HVAC unit is quite simple. Open the door and pull out the existing filter. Replace with the appropriate size and close the door. To the left of the equipment room door, you will find the white LEIBERT control unit mounted on the wall. We do not recommend that anyone change or tamper with the settings as they are pre-programmed. This module will display new alarms and real-time statuses of the LEIBERT unit. To the right of the unit is the emergency off button. This is known as an e-stop, and if pressed, will cause the magnet to quench, which costs a lot of money. So, once again, Caffey Incorporated does not recommend anyone pressing this unless an appropriate emergency calls for it. Great. Now let's take a look at the bigger equipment inside of the equipment room. In our CAD file, we're going to take away the walls and the MRI. This is going to give us a better glimpse of what's really going on inside of the equipment room. In the top left, we have our HEC cabinet. There's the UPS with the battery cabinet, the maintenance bypass panel, the power gradient or RF cabinet, pin panel cabinet, shield cooler cabinet, and main disconnect panel. Now, I know there's a lot going on here at once, so it's very important to refer back to your vendor drawings and take the time to locate each item. Check the details and you'll see the weight and the heat output for each one. Because after all, there are a lot of items in this room and there are a lot of wires as well. Here we have the 24-volt DC lighting control panel. Think of it like the brain for the lights. Above are the circuits properly labeled. Here you have your power filters. They are 120 volts and 24 volts on the right. These power filters step down power as it comes in appropriately for the outlets and the lights inside of the MRI scan room. Here you have 4 disconnect boxes above ceiling. This is your equipment room equipment, that is your MRI, and these are your walls, below ceiling and above. If we zoom in on one section of the area, we can see inside the equipment room there are 2 disconnects above the ceiling, located in the gray. If a maintenance or facility personnel were to come in, on their right, they would find the first disconnect. In the event that this disconnect is tripped, please locate an electrician on site or facility maintenance. On the other side of the wall to the right, you'll find the second disconnect. This is a 20 amp disconnect for the fresh air intake. Again, if it is tripped, you can always locate a facility electrician for further investigation. There are 2 disconnects in the control room. This is your first disconnect, Reheat 1, or RH1 as it's labeled. Open up the tile and look on your right, and you can check to see if the switch has ever been tripped. In the same mindset, this is your second disconnect, Reheat 2. This is the tile you'll want to go through to access it. It is located on the wall, and if it is tripped, can be easily adjusted again with the lever. We always recommend using a certified and qualified electrician when doing any type of electrical work or maintenance. Here is a wonderful view of where the disconnects are located. 2 in the equipment room and 2 in the control room. Now it's time to talk about power. Inside the electrical room on the ground floor, you will find the switchgear. On the bottom left, there is the 300 amp breaker for the MRI room itself. This goes to the maintenance bypass panel in the equipment room. This is panel 4A. This feeds the chillers and the AHUs. In this CAD drawing, we can see what the run is doing above ceiling from the electrical room on ground floor to the equipment room on the first floor MRI. You can see in the yellow there are pull boxes available above ceiling in case any repulls or modifications need to occur. On the ground floor, in storage, this is a live photo of what the box really looks like. This gives you a wonderful view of how long the run really is. Thank you for watching. We hope that this demonstration gives you a better understanding of your MRI. If you have any remaining questions, please contact your facility, and please reach out to us. We'd love to help. Once again, mahalo and aloha.